Every gamer out there has a unique set of games that he played throughout his lifetime. This set of games may contain gems unbeknown to the majority of gamers out there. The older the gamer, the more likely it is that he or she knows some of these gems. Now personally, I have been playing video games for like 30 years now. I have played lots of crap that nobody gives a damn about. However, I have also played lots of forgotten gems, true masterpieces that have been lost in time. I'm Dr. Sledgehammer, by the way, and today I wanna talk about magic and mayhem. Now imagine you playing a wizard who fights another wizard on the plains of Avalon to the death, using customized spells, mythological creatures and magical items. Imagine playing that online against other players on a remake or a sequel to that game. Imagine the possibilities. Well, sadly the fate of Magic and Mayhem was to be forgotten in the annals of history. The game has become quite rare. If you go on eBay, you probably find like 10 copies available on the entire planet. The game also has a sequel called The Art of Magic. I'm gonna review it in the future. Luckily, you can download a pirated version if you Google it. Personally, I prefer having a physical medium, however. Now, I lost my copy ages ago to a friend abroad. Luckily, I found this one. Right off the bat, however, this one contains a lot of game-breaking bugs related to modern systems. I solved most of them, so you don't have to worry. I will be making a follow-up video to show you how to get it to work properly. But for now, let's have a look at the game, shall we? Just like with Thief the Dark Project, the developers found a smart method to film cutscenes. They used clay models and stop-motion techniques, animation techniques that withstand the test of time. Cornelius arrives at his uncle's laboratory and notices that his uncle Lucan, who happens to be a wizard, is absent. Cornelius fears for the worst, because his uncle's flying machine is prepped up for a journey and his vital magical equipment is still there. Cornelius finds a map that points to where his uncle might be, so he steals his uncle's flying machine and some of his equipment and flies off to Avalon. Before starting the stage, you are given prep time in which you can allocate the experience points that you have earned. You also get to read literature to find information on creatures, equipment, or the lore of the game. Most importantly, however, you have to decide which spells you want to have for the next stage. See, you have these magical ingredients that you can combine with one of 3 types of talismans to get different spells. These talismans are Law, Neutral, and Chaos. When the mage duel begins, you want to make sure that you capture as many magical places of power as you can. These replenish your mana, they are basically the energy stations in the game. You can summon creatures that stand on top of them to transfer mana to you. These spots are the lifeblood of each duel. Whoever controls them gains the upper hand. Well, that's basically it. Now you gather items and go fight the enemy wizard. As mentioned earlier, you encounter wizards who reign over the land you entered. They all work for this mysterious figure called the Overlord and want to prevent you from progressing on your journey. Here's the first wizard you encounter. The first few wizards in Magic and Mayhem. You just need enough mana and a good line of sight on your opponent, and then you can just Vegeta spam that fucker into oblivion. It's really satisfying, you know. As you progress, your opponents get more health points and protective spells that prevent you from doing that. For this, I developed a second strategy. Now, skeletons have really weak defense, but they have brutal attack power, lots of stunning attacks, and they cost really low mana. I know I'm exploiting some game mechanic here, but trust me, you have to take every victory you can get in this game. Your enemies get more creative as you progress. This one right here can increase movement speed and just dash away from your minions whenever he wants to. Here you have an opponent who uses a spell called Lucifer's Farewell. He basically plants a bomb on one of his minions and blows up your entire army of skeletons. Here we have an enemy who just flies away whenever he's in danger. Or here's an easy one, just use holy water to eliminate all skeletons on the perimeter. Your enemies will adapt to tactics that you are trying to abuse, so you constantly have to reinvent yourself. You constantly have to add spells to your arsenal to adapt to new situations that you face in new stages. The game might look simple, but trust me, there are stages that you're gonna die like 20 times in. As usually, spoiler alert. I will not spoil the ending for you, but I will have to talk about some key story elements in order to progress with this review. Along the way you get to travel with some companions like Percival of the Camelot myth, Ariadne, who is based on the Princess of Crete and daughter of King Minos in Greek mythology, and your uncle Lucan Agrippa. Agrippa, now where have I heard that name before?
Thank you. You have my gratitude. My name is Agrippa. Who might you be?
Percival is a guardian of the Holy Grail. He accompanies you to find it and protect it. He can take care of himself, but he rarely helps you directly. He's nice and gentle though, a very romantic soul if you ask me. For me? You shall burn in hell! Your uncle Lucan actually admits that he was captured by the Overlord's forces. He joins you on your journey. I found that old fuck to be almost useless. As a matter of fact, he keeps getting himself killed. Seriously, when he is around, he is the greatest danger to you failing your mission. Look here, I already killed the final boss in Avalon, and I want to make my way to the portal, but Lucan is busy getting butt-fucked by a bunch of elves. Apart from that, I really enjoyed the chemistry between Cornelius and Lucan. Lucan was a really fun character, I really liked him. However, as a companion, he's a real sack of shit. Ariadne is actually the saving grace among my companions. She summons unicorns and has some really mighty spells in general. She stood her ground much better than the other two. In addition, I really liked the romantic relationship that was developing between her and Cornelius. It was not overbearing, not too much in your face, but subtle, small conversations that keep you curious to know where this is going. Seriously, that woman is a breath of fresh air. She was really helping me, damn it. I really enjoyed her company. She was definitely the best companion I had. The game is set in 3 different mythological realms: Avalon, Ancient Greece, and Albion. The atmosphere in the stages that you are in changes depending on the realm you are currently in. You have a more Arthurian setting when in Avalon, a more ancient Mediterranean setting in Greece, and a more medieval Gothic theme in Albion. The regions and characters that you encounter are tied to stories about these mythological realms. Most characters you encounter are either based on historical or mythological figures. For example, you battled Bertolac at Joyous Grade. In the Camelot myth, this is the man who got turned into the Green Knight by Morgan Le Fay, and Joyous Grade is the castle that Lancelot captured in the Camelot myth to prove his loyalty to King Arthur. How would you like to face Odysseus at the foot of Mount Olymp, or fight the ferryman Charon at the mouth of the river Styx? Almost all key figures from the Camelot myth appear in-game. Some of the characters tied to the myth of Princess Ariadne appear in-game. The game tells you part of her actual origin stories with characters included, and shows you a new origin story unfold right in front of your eyes. Look closely and you will notice that the game is just overflowing with legendary characters, lands and items. Heck, 2 of the central items that you are hunting for are the Golden Fleece from Jason and the Golden Fleece, and the Holy Grail. The game consists of 3 realms and 36 levels. You can easily get in 20 to 30 hours of gameplay. You would think that the game would quickly become stale, however, apart from the interesting plot and character development arcs, the level design is actually pretty good. The game keeps reinventing itself with each new level. Each level puts you in a different situation that you are not used to. To give you a few examples, here you enter Delphi without mana and have to resort to different methods to make it through. A tribe of centaurs and redcaps have a misunderstanding with each other. You solve that that misunderstanding and gain both tribes as allies against the enemy wizard. Here you are seeking a portal to Albion as you fight your way through a dungeon filled with traps, while also facing Medea, daughter of King Aethys, in a duel to the death. Here you are trapped with Ariadne in a castle and have to protect this weak-ass brownie from harm so he can open the gates for you to escape. The levels are filled with interesting lore, puzzles and obstacles. And here's another really amazing aspect. Ready for this? The game actually has a map auto-generator. That's right, every playthrough you have, the levels are different. I can actually make an hour-long video just about level design. I'm actually considering making a Let's Play series about this game in the future, but for now, let's concentrate on this review. Now you're probably asking yourself, why is the appearance of my character changing? Why does he keep aging the longer the game goes? See, the answer is rather simple. Cornelius and everybody else you see in front of you is slowly dying from a condition called magical entropy. See, the more spells a wizard casts in the arcane realms, the more life energy he drains. His mind wisens, his body follows suit and ages, until he just cannot take it anymore, and he withers away. As you enter Albion, you learn that it is happening faster than you thought. Your Uncle Lucan tells you that you have to stop using magic altogether when this is done to prevent this curse from progressing further. Cornelius needs your help in order to defeat the Overlord and escape the arcane realms, so he can finally bone Ariadne. Otherwise his fate would look like this. Well, there's so much more I can talk about right now. However, it would be much better if you played the game yourself. For now, I'd like to cast my verdict. The gameplay is really fun, the combat mechanics are unique, the characters were really charming and the plot was fun to follow. The stages keep reinventing themselves to keep the game fresh. The music is really soothing, it's nice to listen to. If I have negative things to say about the game, it would be Uncle frickin' Lucan. They should have buffed that guy. Don't just give him these frickin' bats that he wastes all his mana on. Give him some real spells that he can help me with. As for the bugs of the game, I can't blame that on the game developers. The game is really old, it's on PC, and the company went defunct in 1998, right after releasing the game. So, well, there's that. The game gets an 8 out of 10 from me. It is one of the games that really saddened me. Because this could have been a game franchise that rivals the Diablo franchise from Blizzard. If the IP was sold to a strong game developer who knows how to market this. Heck, this game isn't even available on Steam or Good Old Games. And they have all kinda crap that nobody needs. I will do everything in my power to make sure that I spread the word on this game and other forgotten gems I have in my collections and ones that I still have to buy. But for now, I was Dr. Sledgehammer. I'm happy that you guys tuned in, and I will see you guys on the next Sledgehammer review.